My name is Jillian Marsollier, and I'm a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. I'm going to talk to you about the 5 elements and how they relate to personality type and also health. I'm going to do a 6-part mini-series. The first one here, I'm just going to explain what the 5 elements are. Then I'm going to go into each one, and by the end of them, I think that you also will be able to do your own quick diagnoses on people. And the really cool part is you can also do a quick personality diagnosis, which we all know will come in handy in many different places. The way the 5 elements came about is around 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. The ancient sages lived very in tune with nature, and so they would be out in nature a lot, have a much more peaceful mind than we tend to now. And they noticed by looking around that there seemed to be about 5 different elements or phases that were in nature. And so one of them being wood, they really saw there's a bunch of upward ascending energy. Another one being earth, the earth being very stable and solid and grounded. Another one being the metal element, which is all the precious minerals and stones that give structure to everything we see in nature. The water element, which creates a lot of flow and nurtures wood element and earth. And then there's also the fire element, which of course is necessary to make everything grow. So what they really notice out of these 5 elements is that they all work together, first of all. You can't really take one out because then things go wrong. You take out water, you have a drought. You add too much sun, you have a drought. So by watching these certain phases and energies in the environment, they thought, well, since we're a microcosm of the macrocosm, are these not the same energies we have inside? And lo and behold, when they did more peaceful meditation about it, they noticed that yes, we have the exact same energies inside. And so this created the 5 phases when it came to health. But what's really interesting when you see a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, if they're well steeped in this area of knowledge, they can read the personality of someone, which from there they can then do quite a deep diagnosis on the person's constitution and also where they may have illness. In fact, a really good TCM practitioner is able to diagnose someone off the phone. Or when we go out into the waiting room, just by the way the person holds themselves, the words they might choose, the way they walk in, the way they do their handshake, all of that I can start tipping off, there may be a disease in the liver energy, there might be something going on in the heart energy. So it's a very fascinating method of diagnosis to use, and it really shows that everything is written on the outside of the body. The 5 phases are the fire element, the earth element, metal element, the wood element, and also the water element. Each of us has the 5 elements inside of us, and just like in nature, they all work together. So if there's something wrong with one of the systems, then it might pull the other ones out. This is how when someone has an early illness, it's very easy to treat. But if you leave it for a long time, remember my example with the sun, if you leave that sun blazing for a long time, what do you get? You get a bit of a drought. What happens when there's a drought? Wood or trees can't grow, and it carries on from there. So we see it the same inside the body, but these 5 elements are related to an organ or a system. So because there's these relations of the energetic system to an organ, we can see pretty early on if something's wrong with the liver energy that it's affected throughout. Each of us is born with 1 or 2 of the elements predominant in our body. So that's to say that you're going to go towards the relations that your element goes towards. For example, I'm more of a fire element person. I just came in viewing life in that way. I view life in terms of entertaining and laughter, but I also stutter a lot. My name is Jillian Marsollier, and I'm a so we'll go into this when we get a little bit deeper into the elements throughout this mini-series. So I think that's good for an intro, and let's just go right into the wood element, and we'll start looking at what I'm talking about here. We'll look at all the relations, and I think after you learn the wood element, you'll have a lot of people in your life you'll get some little light bulbs going off on. So let's just go right into that.